I just want to let y'all know real quick. I just ordered a new laptop. All right, so I'm not even gonna get into it. I ordered a new laptop and a new monitor, so that's coming soon. So this setup is about to look way better. Not that much better, but more cooler, I guess. Whatever. So I had downloaded the Black Clover closed beta about a month or two ago, okay, and with hopes of playing it. But if you guys watched my what we coppin video, I don't know if you did. I had mentioned in that video that Black Clover Quartet Knights, that's how you say it. That was the one anime game out of all these ones coming out, that the only one specifically that I was like interested in, because it was doing something different than what all these other games were doing. Now Strikers is doing that, but I don't know, I'm not that interested in Naruto games anymore. I was kind of done after Storm 4. So, I wasn't able to play it. I was not home for that time, for the whole period of it. I think I came home like an hour before it was about to end, but I didn't have Wi-Fi. It was crazy. And so yeah, I go to Twitter, see what my boys are talking about it, and they are unbelievably hype about it. So this just blew my expectations out. I thought I was the only one interested in the game. Next thing I know, that they're saying it's this good. So I was like, whew. So for this beta, the open beta that just happened, there was no doubt I was not about to play that. And honestly, man, so after I'm playing it, I feel like based off just the gameplay you see, you might not understand what's going on, and you don't get a good enough idea, of how good it actually is, in my opinion. It's also key to understand what type of game this is, because if you go in expecting some, I don't know, Storm, even Strikers in a sense, you're not gonna get that exactly. So as you can see by the title, okay, this game is a multiplayer team-based game, meaning teamwork is a big part of this. You're not supposed to do it all on your own. If you've played League of Legends, Overwatch, Paladins, any of these games that are team-based with classes, you're gonna have, that's a very good, way to describe this game. And I'm telling you guys, this game is good. This game is so good. If you've played any of those at all, if you have any interest in the team-based multiplayer game, this is a game you will enjoy. If some of you guys, already immediately put off this game just because it has the name Black Clover, first off, I really think you should reconsider, okay? You should kind of put that aside and at least give it a try. For starters, depending on why you don't like it, if it is Asta's yelling, I recommend you read the manga. I'm telling you, first off, you can't hear what you're reading, so that's out of the question, and it's just so lit. Where it is right now, the action, because the animation for the anime is not up there yet. I think it's gonna get there, because this is supposed to be a long-running anime, so it's not there yet, but, for the manga, it doesn't, there's not animation going on, so you just read it, and it's just so lit. But if you're not a manga reader, because I know not everyone, is into that, I will say, after a few episodes in, Asta's yelling, either it's like he doesn't do it as much, or I just don't even realize it anymore, so it gets better. So I really think, I want you and wish that you would just give it a try, but past that aspect of it, if we go back to the topic of it being like Overwatch, League of Legends, Paladins, it did such a good job with the balancing, because that's a big pet peeve I have with anime games. Full video on that later. But not only just the balancing, they did such a good job of taking the characters' personalities, what they do in the anime and all that stuff, and putting them in this game and implement them in such a good way. I'm telling you, bro, it's just this is a quality game. So let's go ahead and go over a few details about the game. So my main is Charmy, and she's a healer, but more so like a tanky healer. One of her moves is where she places food on the ground and she can eat them immediately, and the longer that they stay on the field, the bigger they get and the more health it actually restores. Her basic attack is similar to Junkrat's bombs, and she has a move that sends out a sheep that's like a stationary little thing that's kind of takes up space and guards things while it's also attacking, and it also can block damage. And then lastly, she has a cushion move. In a sense, it helps her give movement, because she's like a slower character, with her being more of a tanky type of deal. So this it like makes you bounce like a trampoline, and your teammates can bounce on it as well, and if the other team touch it, they get slowed. So it's kind of like a trap as well. So it's like her moveset. Those couple moves, while we haven't seen a whole lot of Charmy in the anime and the manga, we've seen a little bit more of her now, so more than before, but it just complements her so much in the way she is in the anime, you know, always eating, and there you go. That's one of her best moves. That's how she stays alive so much, because she can just keep putting food down and almost immediately eat it and gain health. So that's what I'm just saying, dude. This game is nice, bro. This game is nice. Like, it's at the point where I don't even know what Shinobi Strikers is anymore. What about my hero? My what? Then on the other hand, another character that I use is Magna. Unlike in the anime where him and Luck just take all this damage, especially that's what's been happening just in this last few episodes, Magna is a shooter type, and it actually makes sense. He's sort of a character that you want to sit in the back and literally just cause havoc. His basic attack has a number of shots, but charges his other move, which is like where he uses a baseball bat and fires these like fire bombs in a sense. So after you do 4 hits with your basic attack, he gets to basically, it kind of reloads, like I said, his balls. So he has 4 balls to smack total. I think with another set you can get more. I'll get into the whole idea of what I mean by set. But the thing is with those, you know, his normal attacks don't really do anything. They just do a damage, whereas the baseball attack actually causes explosion damage and knockback. And like I said, depending on the deck you choose, it could do more explosive damage, and then there's another deck that gives you more of your normal ammo and things like that. So depends how you want to play. So I'll get into that. But after all that, you know, he has a move where he can sprint away, and even while in the air, so you could be jumping with your moves and then just start running on air. It's kind of lit, and that's kind of to get away from the action, or even slide tackle. If you press the same button again, you can do a slide tackle move. Then his last move is sort of like a wide area move that has a very aggressive knockback, and it's really good for either finishing off someone or honestly just getting people off of you so you can then run away. I could go over like just about everybody, because while I didn't play everybody, I have a very good grasp on everyone's moveset, because that's one of those games, you know, for Overwatch, you want to know the other person's moveset and what they can do so you're able to counter it and stuff like that. So I could, but let me not. So like I mentioned, there's this thing like deck changing, and that can dictate your play style in a way. So like I said, you know, these characters have one main way to play, but the deck changing, the options you have could make you play this way and like have like a side kind of play style in a sense. While their main play style, you know, is going to reflect what their class is, which is the attackers, support, healers, and shooters, these decks give you like an additional role. So for an example, Charmy is a mainly healer, but she's kind of more tanky on the side versus the other healers that we have. But with that, she has 3 decks. So everyone has 3 possible decks. Standard is for everybody. It does something different than the other ones. And then everyone else kind of has 2 different decks. Now, some people share an assault, some people share a tank, but somebody like Fauna has a very special deck to herself, which is a rider, because she's always on her little salamander thing or dragon, whatever the heck it is. So for her, you know, that deck is more usually rider. No one else really has rider, at least to the best of my knowledge. Now, people that get added in for the main game, they might, you know, have that, but we'll see. Like I was saying, so Charmy has an assault deck. So with that one, the sheet that I call out, it does more damage and gives a stronger slow effect when enemies are hit. So it already base gives some type of slow effect, but in the assault one, it's more of an aggressive one. And then I'm able to call them out a lot more because the cooldown for it is shortened. And then lastly, my basic attack it also gets a stronger slow effect for enemy. And then my basic attack also has a more effective slow effect whenever I hit enemies. So my base attack is gonna slow enemies more, and then the Charmy's strongest move, which is the one where I said it calls out, it's like the strike of the sleeping sheep, that one's gonna be more to do more damage. I'm gonna be able to call them out more often. So imagine that, you know, instead of trying to tank a lot, I'm just being hella aggressive, throwing those balls, throwing them out a lot. So that's how you can change that playstyle. Or if I want to be really tanky, I can go with the tank deck. In this deck, I have more health for my bouncy sheet that's on the ground, I believe, and then it reduces my teammates' damage intake when I put that out, while also increasing our attack power. So just by having the bouncy little cow, sheep, whatever the thing on the ground, it reduces my teammates' damage that are around me, and then we can also do more damage. And then lastly, it gives me more health overall, and the food that I put down will heal me more as well. But like I already said, whenever I put down that food, I can almost immediately eat it. So you imagine the tank one, it's healing me even more. So yeah, you can see, you know, I'm just gonna be hella tanky. So like I said, the other 2 decks are customized for everyone else. For example, Magna has a demolition deck, and so like I was mentioning before, that one makes his bat attack just do more damage in terms of explosion, and then it also even breaks shields more. So for that, I found out this is another thing with these kind of games, you have to understand the counters. So for example, Noelle, I'd be using Yami. I was not using the right deck. So first off, I was just hitting Noel's shield and it just wasn't doing like any type of damage. Next thing you know, I used Magna one match and I have that demolition deck on and I am just depleting. I think it was like 2 baseball hits, Noel's shield was gone. So that's the type of thing you have to keep in mind, and that's where the whole tactical, all this stuff gets put into play, and I'm just so happy about this game, bro. I'm just so happy. So as you can see, man, this game has the depth. It has everything it needs: the depth, the balancing, the just fun, the anime. If you like Black Clover, like that just is an automatic. You will love this game, I promise you. Now, I can't exactly say that if you don't like Overwatch and things like that, but even at that time and that point, I think you still might, you know, enjoy it. So give it a try. But I just really need everybody, every one of y'all, to at least, even if you don't like it at all, just give it a look. You know what I'm saying? Think about it for a second. It's slated to release September 14th, so it's gonna be hard. It'll be all right. I'm honestly, by September 14th, Fortnite might get the lowest priority out of everything, because it'll be Dragon Quest 11 and then this game. You know, this will be my multiplayer game that I just pick up and play every day. You know what I'm trying to say? So Fortnite will be at the bottom. I'll probably still play. There's no way I'm getting away from Fortnite that easy, but yeah. Can't believe we're still talking about Fortnite. On this last note, so we have, me and my boys, we have a big plan going on. We're gonna wait and see before I say more about it, but we're trying to take this game to new levels in a sense. So we're gonna see how it pans out, and if when the time gets closer and if it's all looking good, you know, look out for that video. I will have a video, because it's gonna be a nice, like a community type of deal, you know. Look out, I'm telling you, it's gonna be fun if it happens. It's gonna be fun. So other than that, that's all I gotta say. Yeah, I will see you all in the next video. Peace. Why these niggas always trying to move